Now I want to ask a question. Ask yourself this question. Do y'all really think that our government is running this shit? Think about it. Our government been took over by another group of people that is not from this planet. This government been taken over by a group of people that look like us, right? Have a different DNA. They can be in environments without water. They can be in environments with radiation, high forms of radiation, and they can still exist. There are people on other planets. See, that's what I'm talking about. Your government told you that Mars don't have life because there's no water, or it's a high count of radiation. It's beings that look like us that can be in environments that can adapt to environments with high forms of radiation and can live without water. You may not believe that because your perception and your conditioning is just on this planet. Think about what I'm saying to you. There are other forms of water other than ice and liquid and mist and etc. And the forms of water I'm talking about can raise your brainwave frequencies. This type of water you can drink, right? And you won't need no more for another year. Don't I sound crazy? But it's planets where people have that look like us, right? And they have two brains. They can see behind them without turning around. Right? They could be in 2 or 3 places at one time without being there physically. And we are the lower forms of them. This earth is a mutt. These are crossbreeded energies. This whole earth is a crossbreeded energy compared to other planets. The elements of water, air, earth, and fire, there are other forms of fire. Ether is the highest form of element on this earth, but there are other elements that is higher than ether. Without ether, you wouldn't be able to hear me. You wouldn't be able to grasp or comprehend the things that I'm saying out of my mouth to even understand or overstand the things that I'm saying to you. Think about what I'm saying, family. This government has been taken over by a group of beings. When I say beings, don't get it misconstrued. By a group of beings that look like us, right? Because they infiltrated. Do you think some people who come out of the caves, right, just all of a sudden just know this technology? Somebody came and gave it to them. They didn't just come out the cave and rub 2 sticks together and here goes the fire. Nah, it ain't happen that way. Now all of a sudden these people got a high form of technology. The history of the caveman wasn't too long ago. So how the fuck did they get this technology and this intelligence and this intellect? Or economic knowledge? It's been introduced to them by beings higher than this human race. That's all I'm going to say. Black Science TV 111, Osei Kufuor. I'm back at y'all again. I'm coming to talk about the coronavirus and the sun. The coronavirus and the sun. You must understand that the third layer of the sun is called the corona. This is what Christ rises on the third day, the third layer of the sun. This is the crown of the sun. This is where the magnetic pulse is pulling in or distributing certain energies into the earth and pulling it from the earth. Now, these people are shooting out or sending out a higher form of chemtrails toward the sun. And in return, the sun is sending out a low vibratory rate of frequency back to us, which is causing us to slow down. It's causing our auric field to slow down. Now, let me just let you know that the heat don't come from the sun. And I spoke on this before. The sun is a magnet. And so when you stagnate the magnet of the sun, it cannot give out the new energies that it's supposed to give out to those bodies which hold the certain souls on the earth. Now, people may say, well, if the heat don't come from the sun, where does it come from? We know that even when you boil water, heat rises. When you strike a lighter, turn it upside down, the light will come around. It's rising because magnetically speaking, the atoms in the atmosphere are small particles of magnetic fields. They just fragmented. Now, if heat rises, where does it come from? Well, during certain seasons, especially in the summer, the sun is more aggressive in its magnetism. So it causes the electrical atoms in the atmosphere to collide into each other, causing friction. And this is where we feel the heat. Now, the government knows this, and they know that they can play on the atomic particles in the environment because we consist of atoms. And in those atoms is what? Magnetic fields of attraction. And I'm going to tell you what I really think they're trying to stagnate. They're trying to stagnate a certain energy that is coming in from a new planet. There is a new moon that they haven't talked about. There's a new moon that they haven't talked about that is sending out frequencies to certain people with a DNA that is now being unlocked. A DNA that is of a high carbon structure. It is a new organ that is arising in a certain people that is kicking in certain senses to their children that they are giving birth to or that they are producing on this earth. Like I said, it's things around us that we can't see. And the sun is a magnet that is opening up portals as we speak. And this is why they created the CERN system. Go look it up. CERN. The Hadron Collider. The Hadron is HADRON. COLLIDER. Hadron Collider. You have to space that. Hadron Collider. And this is what they are using to cause atoms to collide and smash into each other. And they are opening up portals using a higher form of volume to speed up the atmosphere. When you speed up an atmosphere, right, what happens is you raise the volume of that atmosphere to the point where it's so loud that you can't hear it. So, what do you need to do? At this moment, we should, and people say we need to come up with a solution. Here's your solution. What you need to do is get some real magnets. Get some real magnets, right? And have the people in your home or your significant other or anybody that you trust to move it over your body, because your auric field is being changed by the chemicals that they are spraying up at the sun. They are changing your auric field to slow you down. And the only thing that can redirect that negative energy is being around magnets. Take magnets and put it in your room, put it in your home, run it over your body, put it in your bathroom. Even when you're showering, it's best to use it when you have no clothing on. All right? And this deflects negative energy. When I say negative energy, I'm talking about those demons that the government is constructing through fear to place into your subconscious. So with that much said, Black Science TV 111, Osei Kufuor, I'm out. Peace.